Hello.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Good. You sound good.
Oh, thank you. I look good too.
Sure.
Sure,
I'll give you that.
sure. How you doing tonight? You doing all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. Congratulations, by the way, because tonight is our anniversary. That's right.
Oh,
This is episode number 50, baby.
okay. But shouldn't we be celebrating episode 52? Because that would be a year?
Okay, well, I guess I'll put the noise
Or,
maker away then.
or am I taking the wind out of your sails?
Well, you took the wind out of the noisemaker, man. Jeez.
Uh, it's still a milestone. Don't get me wrong.
No, I was looking over the stats today, and it struck me as, oh, this is number 50. Nice round number. So
It is.
okay, well, yeah,
But 52 would be a
well,
year.
we'll celebrate then too.
Okay.
Well, welcome to anybody watching this wacky hijinks tonight. Yes, this is our 50th episode, and you get to share it with us tonight. Our episode is it's scenario number 211, called Mummius's defeat. And if you want to pull up a chair, I'll tell you a little bit about it tonight.
I'm seated and ready to go.
Excellent. Well, spoilers. The Romans lose this one. Okay, thank you. This one, because of the scant information beyond just the Romans lost handily at the hands of Spartacus and his army, we're going to put that aside for the moment because tonight is really about a couple of other bits and bobs that are more, I think, crucial to the overall story of what we will be seeing from here forward in the Third Servile War. Now, if you take the Third Servile War, and the first scenario that we had was Mount Vesuvius, right? That's kind of phase one. You can really think of this as in three phases. Phase one is the Romans are just like, some slaves have revolted, send the local militias and deal with them, right? And then all of a sudden they realize after that stunning defeat at the slopes of Mount Vesuvius that there's going to be a little more to it than this. And starting with Mount Garganus scenario, the battle there against Crixus, that was kind of the first inclination that the Romans were mobilizing a little bit. They're moving some larger legions and forces towards taking and quelling this uprising. And then we saw last time with Picenum that we had two major consular armies under each of the generals there. It was messy because we saw there was no cohesion, and but it did represent that was still that kind of mobilization phase where they're really starting to take this seriously. Well, now tonight and heretofore, we're going to see the most serious response by the Romans toward the threat that they now realize that Spartacus is, not only in just his immediate deeds and acts, but the fact that he represents this underlying threat to the very nature of what Rome feels its power base is. That if these slaves can just rise up and take over, they can bring down the entire republic from within. So now what we're going to see is one of the major generals from this period will take on Spartacus from not this scenario tonight. This is actually one of his subordinates, but starting next week, and then the last three or four servile scenarios that we'll do will represent this general. And his name, our star, is Marcus Licinius Crassus. And what I want to do tonight is, since on paper this particular scenario doesn't have a lot of information, I just want to kind of give us some background information of the two elements, being Crassus, one of them, and some of the things that he did and sort of his history coming into this. I'm going to try to compact, scads of information down into 8 to 10 minutes. So bear with me. I do have my notes here, and I'm going to try to run through them pretty quickly. But
So does this mean I don't have to do a lot of homework for tomorrow for next week?
you won't have to. I think what we can do is kind of build on. There will be elements of each battle, but the major players are not going to change too much. So you're welcome.
Thanks.
So tonight, let's talk about Marcus Licinius Crassus and also his subordinate Mummius, who this scenario is named after, and their trials and tribulations versus Spartacus. Marcus Licinius Crassus was born in 115 BC to a respected plebeian family in Rome. He is the son of Publius Licinius Crassus. His father was a respected consul back in 97 BC, and he was also a senator in 89 BC. However, we saw that back when Marius was running things and all of his attempts to restructure and bring about change within the military, and how that carried over into this sort of now class warfare that was starting to unfold in Rome. Well, we're seeing the seeds of that. There was a period of time when Marius's supporters carried on purges against those classes different from them. So we had the Nova Homus for the uppers and the lowers, and Crassus's father actually ran afoul of this. Both his father Publius and his brother were either killed outright or they were forced into some kind of suicide by these supporters of Gaius Marius. So that caused some family turmoil right there, and they seized a lot of their family fortune. Now, it wasn't much. They were a plebeian family, but they had grown into some wealth. Crassus uses the opportunity to actually marry his brother's widow. Her name is Tertulla. But he used this opportunity to support Lucius Cornelius Sulla, who we saw way back in one of the Marian scenarios. He was that third general there. I believe he was on the far right. And as we predicted, all of that sort of interfactional rivalry between the upper and middle classes is coming about here. Well, Sulla raises his army and actually attempts to march on Rome in 88 BC after Marius dies. And so this causes another kind of break in the stability of the Roman Republic. So the new consul at that time, Cinna, decided to impose prescriptions against anyone who supported Sulla, and that included Marcus Licinius Crassus here. So for those of you who are not familiar, prescriptions are where they actually seize all land and family wealth and titles and anything and everything. Basically, they take that back into the government's hands and leave you penniless. So this is a punitive measure. It was done against Crassus because of his support of Sulla. And it was also Cinna's attempt to kind of restructure Rome yet again into this new image of what they felt the Roman Republic should be. So he's kind of doing away with the old political arrangements and trying to reinstitute things in his own way. Well, Crassus flees to Hispania, which seems to be the safe haven. When people run afoul of things in Rome, they go to Spain. And he stays there for about 3 or 4 years, and he raises a small army from friends and other fellow military contacts. And basically he builds an army of, well, to be kind, enforcers. They're really kind of professional leg breakers. And what he does is he goes around to all of these lands that his family has owned. His father had purchased lands in Hispania, and he had farmers that were living on this. And for any debts that were owed to his family, he had these enforcers come in and kind of shake them down to get that money. And he did this for about 3 years to gain an inordinate amount of wealth. And so that kind of set him up there in Hispania. And he kept reinvesting this money to create a larger military force. And so when Cinna dies, he's able to take that army and he starts moving he takes them first to the African province, where he grows them even larger. And then eventually, when he feels that they're large enough, he goes and he takes them to Greece, where he meets up with his friend Sulla, who he's supported militarily for many years. And he actually merges these forces together because he respects and honors Sulla as a military cohort. So Sulla, in a whole side story, will start another civil war within the Roman Republic. Crassus will fight alongside him, including a character we will see quite a lot in the future, Pompey. And they are fighting against the Marian factions that are under a leader named Carbo. So once again, we have another period of sort of internal strife and insurrection in Roman Republic society. Well, they succeed, and they drive out the Marian forces. But during the ensuing proscriptions against those that supported the Marian factions, Crassus uses this once again to enrich himself. He buys up cheap land from all of these families who have had their lands stripped away from them. He also begins to speculate on real estate in and around Rome, so this makes him fabulously wealthy. He also historically organized the very first fire brigade in Rome, and these were a group of volunteers that were sort of under his control. And it's a fire brigade with a twist in that, and I'm sure many of you who are watching this have heard this story before. They would fires occurred every day in Rome, and not everything was stone, so they arrive at a burning building, and they stand there and wait until the owner of the building signs over his property to Crassus and agrees to then become a tenant of Crassus and pay rent to him. And if not, well, the fire brigade would just stand aside and let it burn to the ground, and then he'd buy up the land when it was just sold off as truly a fire sale. So either way, he managed to get control of this land at a very cheap price. And doing this over and over again, he rebuilds his entire fortune to the point where he is known as the richest man in Rome. Estimates of his personal wealth are something like 229 tons of gold, which in modern equivalency is about $11 billion. So he is truly the richest person known of in the Mediterranean at the time. However, money doesn't bring you happiness. He's got political power, he's got military power, he's got money now, but he still has this rivalry with Pompey, which we will see continue to fester as we move into the later years. But he is elected a praetor in 73 BC, and he decides to start on what is known as the cursus honorum, which is sort of that there's a path of positions that a person can take to always improve their class up the chain in Roman society. So praetor is the starting point. He wants to start working his way up through that. And then the Third Servile War breaks out, and that brings us essentially to 73 BC. And like Marius before him, Crassus offers to use his wealth and power to help defend Rome against these revolts by equipping and training and leading new troops. So he is given the blessings of the Republic to do such a thing, and he is actually sent into battle with 6 legions under his control, and he given the standing orders to take on Spartacus. And that brings us to 72 BC. And so what he has done in this point is he gives 2 legions to Mummius here. We don't know a lot about Mummius, but he's given the orders to simply try to flank around. We saw after Picenum, we knew that Spartacus was moving north, potentially up towards the Alps. But now he has circled back for whatever reason, we're not sure, and they believe that he's coming back to perhaps go at Rome again. Mummius is told to go up and shadow and harass Spartacus's army up there before he gets this gives Crassus the opportunity to organize the remainder of his legions and set up a defensive force. And what does Mummius do? Of course, he is also trying to better himself and seek fortune and glory and all those good things. And he prematurely attacks, and he's completely overwhelmed and outnumbered by this much larger force under Spartacus, and they destroy them. And that's really all we know is he attacks, he gets destroyed. We don't have any real details historically about that battle. But the other big thing that we're going to bring forth tonight as a result of this engagement is the survivor of this defeat by Mummius, under Mummius, brings about the punitive measure once again of decimation. Now this was done hundreds of years prior, and now Crassus feels that he needs to make a point that he will not tolerate failure. And so he takes the remainder of these Mummius's legions, and it's about 500 men, and he divides them into 50 groups of 10, and they draw lots. And of course, the short straw of each of those 10 is killed by the other 9, either by clubbing or stoning or stabbing, something equally gruesome, I'm sure. And then the ones that survive, then the other 9, they are also kind of treated harshly. They're punished by giving lesser food rations, either barley instead of wheat. They're also kind of exiled outside of the bivouac or outside of the walled city for a period of 1 to 2 weeks to live in the harshness of the environment without the amenities of the Roman camp. So decimation will become a practical tool that is employed by several generals moving forward here as we slip into the imperial Roman lifestyle. And it's effective. I mean, it had the instant benefit of making the remainder of this force under Crassus quite strong and quite cohesive. So nobody wanted to face decimation again. Crassus will finish out the third servile war here, which we'll see. I think we probably have about 4 more scenarios for this tonight. After tonight, he will face Spartacus multiple times directly, and even later will become part of the first triumvirate with Pompey, whom we've discussed, and a little gentleman by the name of Gaius Julius Caesar, who Crassus will become a financial patron of Julius Caesar. And they will actually become quite close friends, and the two of them will ally a little bit more than against Pompey. So when we see the fraction starting between the triumvirate, we will see 2 of them kind of go against Pompey himself. So those are stories for another time down the road. But that brings us to tonight's scenario, and I will turn it over to you for the Council of War.
Pretty basic tonight. We are playing to 5 banners. The Spartacus's forces will have 6 command cards. The Roman forces will only have 4, but they'll get to move first. Special rules tonight. The Marius Legion special rules in effect, so all those medium troops also count as ranged troops. The I am Spartacus rule is in effect for the slave army, so they'll get to roll additional dice if they play the I am Spartacus card. And then we have some rebel camps. If Roman units occupy 2 or 3 of the rebel camp hexes at the start of the Roman player's turn, the Roman player gains 1 victory banner that cannot be lost. Remove the camp hexes tiles and collect the victory banner before playing a command card. So, taking the camps will net the Romans 1 banner in this fight.
As you see, I've placed a specialty block out there for that, should the Romans capture those. With 5 banners, who knows?
That's a nice perk for 50 battles. Thanks.
You're welcome. I tried to think ahead. Well, you get to go first, so why don't you draw your cards first?
I will draw up my big hand of 4 cards. Okay.
Okay, and here are my 6 cards. And there we go.
And for the 50th time, let me wish you good luck.
And good luck to you. What is this? Mummius.
All right, here we go.
So, attacking into a forest. Let's see, that's just ranged attacks into a forest hex are limited to 1, so units battle into or out of with 2 dice.
Yep, we're locked at 2 dice.
All right.
So no advantage for any unit here. So here we go, 2 dice from the Auxilia with leader support. Nothing.
And here is 2 back. We give you a retreat.
2 dice from light cavalry. A retreat, which at this point you could ignore.
We shall ignore, and we'll give you 2 right back. And hit you.
And 2 dice from this Centurion. There's a hit.
There is a hit. And 2 right back. Nothing. Okay. Let us... You started this, so we're gonna do.
I have to play the cards I am dealt.
We'll do.
So I don't have the rich selection of 6 cards that you have.
That's right.
This time.
We're gonna do 2 units on the left side, and we will activate those units now. We'll go 1, 2. We're gonna go there. All right. So we'll start here against that light cavalry. What would they like to do?
So you're rolling 3 dice?
Indeed, yes.
I will stick it out.
Okay, 3 dice coming at you. Give you a retreat.
Ooh, that's not good for them. Because they move
4.
4.
And those warriors will come out and play. And so they will continue to attack that medium cavalry, if you'd like to evade.
No.
All right, 3 dice at them. Ooh. Here's 1 die for leader check. He is okay. All right. And these warriors will attack your auxilia with 4 dice now. Get a hit and a retreat. Ah, I see what you're doing there. We'll move in there and we'll attack them again. And
Because you're going to do that anyway.
Screening for us, of course. 4 dice. Another hit, another retreat. Okay.
Our retreats.
I will stand there and draw my card.
Or dice.
Here it comes.
With leader support.
All right. 2 hits.
2 hits. And a retreat, which you can ignore.
We shall ignore and give you 4 dice back. 2 hits. Ooh. 2 retreats. I believe that will wipe him out.
All right, 4 dice from Mummius himself. Mummius. There you go.
2 hits. Okay. No time like the present. Oh, order medium troops. Shock troops will go there. Move up there. He'll move there. He'll move there. Okay. Let's start over here. Warriors against your light cav. They are evading. 4 dice, green circles only. Get a hit. Okay. Same here.
I'll stand.
Okay. So 4 dice. 1 hit, 1
Course. The one time I evade, you don't roll any of your retreats.
I know. Okay. Then over here, against unnamed centurion and his light cavalry, 3 dice. Get him. Here's 1 die. He's okay.
There's no place for him to go.
Right. He has.
Well, I guess he's a leader. He can actually go off the board,
He can go
right?
off map, right? And you avoid the giving up the banner, right? Okay. Warriors will move there and follow up the attack. 3 dice. 1 hit and a retreat. All right. Back to you.
One spear.
3 on the right. All right. So warriors here against light cav. 4 dice. That'll do it. On commandsandcolors.net, this one is 60-40 in favor of the slave army, so that seems about right based on what I've seen so far. But yeah.
You roll an inordinate amount of ill-timed retreats.
Yes, against the light units that have decided they're going to break and run today. Yeah, this one, wow. Yeah, that went too well for me, it would seem. Yeah, the first time I heard you go, damn, I knew that, yeah, man. So, okay, well.
I got that. I just drew that.
Just,
I was going to wait. I was hoping you were going to use Spartacus first
right.
and try and get some sad moral victory out of this, but not even that.
All right. Well, any other thoughts on this? I mean, from the Roman side?
My strategy was sound. Go after the right flank where I have leader support and try and get some hits where you don't have leader support and try and get some banners, because marching up the center is a death trap, but too many retreats.
Yeah, the retreats early, and then the one medium getting trapped by Mummius and my own warrior unit. So, but okay, well, we'll take 5 minutes and we'll be right back. We're back for episode 50, round number 2. I guess I am in a celebratory mood. Maybe that's how we explain that. Blind squirrel and all that. Okay, well, then I'm going to draw my 4 cards. Shrink this window down here. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I've got my embarrassment of riches. My 6 cards, all super effective.
Of course they are. They're going to be great.
Except for 2 of them, which don't do anything for me.
Okay.
Oh, wait, maybe they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, once again, and I don't think you need it anymore. Well, actually, maybe you do with poor Mummius here, but
yeah,
good luck.
Maybe, and good luck to you. You got me thinking now. I do like what you did there, so I'm going to honor that by repeating it.
It seemed to make the most tactical sense. Neutralize the advantage of the warrior's dice. With the leader, you're going to get 3 symbols with the auxilia, 3 symbols with the medium cavalry, 2 symbols with the light cavalry. In theory, you should be able to do some damage.
Do something a little different here. I'm going to go there, there, and there. Protect that cavalry by putting them in the middle. Okay, so we'll start with the auxilia out here, and if they get
so it's 3 units, so you can't split the leader off and move them individually.
No,
so,
that's
okay.
right. Yeah, considered it, but figured I wanted to get 3 attacking units. So we'll do the auxiliary here first. 2 dice capped anyway. And we get hit.
Hey! On this first round, I'll get... Oh, I don't get my 4 dice because I'm in the woods. Great strategy. I'll only be stuck to rolling 2 dice. I get nothing.
Okay. And then we will have these lights go after those warriors there with 2 dice.
And leader support. Oh, look at that. You got a hit.
I got a hit.
And I got nothing.
And here's the leader going after the warriors as well. 2 dice with leader bonus. Nothing.
Hit and a retreat, which you could ignore.
Okay. Give me a leader check.
No, a leader check, eh? No.
Close.
Close.
Yeah,
Close.
the horse was rearing back. Okay. That is all.
I'll throw the full weight of all 6 of my medium troops at you. We'll just go left to right.
Okay, they will evade.
4 dice. Well, the retreat would have got you.
Indeed, yes. They will also evade.
4 dice there.
Mm-hmm. 2 hits.
2 dice on your auxilia.
Okay. 2 dice back. Ooh, give them yes. Back in line, into the woods.
2 dice on your light calf.
They will stand.
Oh.
Okay. And 2 dice back with leader. 2 hits.
And 2 dice against the unnamed centurion.
He will stay there and fight with a hit. Could be his last hit. Ooh, very nice. Okay.
Ugh.
All right. 2 dice.
Where are those dice a minute ago?
2 dice back with leader bonus. Nothing. Outflanked.
Great card.
Those. So they'll
I was expecting missile attacks. But all right.
I am fine. Thank you. And these guys go there and there. Do a little tactical shift there. All right. The lights on the left side will not. Yeah, they will not fight.
They can throw?
No, they can't because they're adjacent to the warriors.
Oh, true. True.
All right, so we'll start up here and yeah, we'll go against them. See if we can't finish that warrior unit. 2 dice, leader bonus, and nothing. Okay, falls back. That is all.
So I'm going to order 1 unit of my choice. I'm doing that.
Okay, they will evade. Yeah, man. But at least we prevent you from following up. I think we'll do a double time. did those for? So they'll go there. They'll go there. Okay. This unit will attack your slingers there.
All right.
Would you like to evade or stand?
I will stand.
Okay. So 4 dice plus leader bonus. 2 hit.
One sword, one flag, and take 1 hit.
That's right. And you battle with 1 die out. They'll stay. Okay. And then this one will attack these auxilia here with 4 dice plus leader bonus.
Okay.
And 2
So
hits.
we'll ignore the flag and the sword and take 1 hit.
1 hit.
And come back at you with 2 dice this time.
Hit. And we will stand. All right. Oh, and I have Pilla that I can throw. Hooray! Throw at that one. 1 die. Nothing.
To ignore that.
And then 1 die at...
Both for being supported and being in the camp, so I get to ignore 2 of those.
Throw it at Spartacus up there. Come on, triangle. No. Okay. That is all.
Take 2 on my right.
We will evade that.
Okay, 4 dice. 1 hit. Four dice here. With leader support. 2 hits and a retreat.
Hit, and a retreat.
Spartacus in command. I'll take advantage of its leadership to move and attack again and prosecute the same unit with 4 more dice. Yeah.
1 hit.
At least 7 them packing.
Hit, and 2 retreats. Do 2 in the center. Okay. Do this one first.
A Roman trap.
A Roman trap. 4 dice plus leader bonus. Prosecute him well. There's 1 die for Spartacus. It's okay for the moment.
All right, so he has to evade through one of these units,
Right.
correct?
Correct.
So I will evade through that unit.
Okay, here's 4 dice. Looking for a leader symbol. He lives! This medium unit will throw at that unit there. 1 die. Nothing. Okay.
All right, they did not move, so they're slinging stones. 2 dice.
-1 out of the camp.
Well, 1 die, I guess even their range. That makes no sense.
Camps and tents.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
man. Jerks.
Got beaten anyway.
Give me a leader.
Now I'm rolling 2 dice.
Yes.
Or that leader check. You're good. 2 dice from this Auxilia. With Spartacus, that's a hit.
Okay. And we're going to do 4 dice back with leader bonus. And get 2 hits. 2 regular hits.
3 hits.
You get to ignore a sword and a flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the check for Spartacus. He's okay. Do leadership any section. Bring these guys to there. Go after them. 4 dice plus leader bonus. 3 hits.
4 dice back.
1 hit. Okay. And then this unnamed centurion will attempt to finish those warriors. 4 dice, leader bonus. Ooh, barely. Advance and then attack him. Also with 4 dice, leader. And 1 hit, and 1 flag you have to take. Oh, you're taking them both. Okay. That makes sense. Alright, that is all. Aha! Alright, here comes.
This is going to have to be unconventional. All right. 3 dice at your mediums. 1 hit.
4 back with leader. 2 hits.
Two dice. Nothing.
Okay, 4 back, leader. 1 hit.
I'll take 1. And just go to there.
Okay.
Three dice with leader bonus.
I got him.
Three dice with leader bonus.
Wow. Nicely done. Okay.
And the leader check.
Mummius is shaken, but not stirred. He is 4 dice back with leader bonus. 2 hits.
All I got.
Alright. Well, do 2 in the center. Alright. Do this one first.
Push in all the chips.
Seems like. Alright, 4 dice plus leader bonus. Gets him. Advances to there. Goes after Spartacus directly. Impetuous Mummius. 4 dice leader bonus. Gets him. And Here's a check for Spartacus. Spartacus lives. And we will not take the camp. And then this guy will throw at the slingers. So, 1 die. Gets a hit. And that is all. Go, horsies, go!
All right. 2 dice.
3 dice.
3 dice. Right, this is the +1.
That's right.
Okay. Hit. And so I've got 3 dice for the entire turn. I'm going to press my luck. Go with 3 more dice on those mediums. Hit and a retreat.
Okay. Hit.
So 2 dice to see if you have to take the retreat or not.
Do not.
You're fine.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
4 dice with leader bonus coming back at you. 1 hit.
Attacking the same unit with 3 dice. Nothing.
Okay. 4 dice back, leader. And that will do.
Well done.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you. That was unexpected. Unexpected. So, final thoughts on this one. What do we think? Yeah, definitely dicey. Yeah. This is the first one in a while where I've been able to do, where I've had the cards, even with 4 cards as the Romans, to do a fluid change of tactic. When I saw, Spartacus was down there with the warriors, and I could as soon as you did what you did, and I looked up and I saw I had 2 center cards, I'm like, oh, I could trap him. And so, yeah, it was the first time I was able to go A plus B equals C and other mathematic formula. But yeah, it's very lucky based. I mean, I think we're going to say that now of any time you and I play a 4 or 5 banner one, because we're so used to setting things up, and we've got a plan, we want to execute the plan, and it's over. Is this a feh from Peter?
You did good.
Thanks. Thanks.
This night is all you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well
done.
6 precious banners back in the Patrick column. I think final score was 10-4. It was
certainly a decisive victory.
Well, thank you. Yeah. But I was surprised on this one. It seems like a 60-40 kind of thing, but obviously it could go either way. But well, happy anniversary. Right?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. And yeah.
I got you some flowers.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed spending this lovely Thursday evening with us, and if you have any thoughts that you'd like to share with us, some tips or tricks or tactics or anything like that, or just what you thought.
Good-natured ribbing.
Yes, good-natured japes and jests. Feel free to utilize the YouTube comment section below. That was what is there for. And if you could take a moment, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, that would be awesome too. And of course, more than anything, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. And if you didn't, that's okay. we appreciate you watching anyway. But
And share it with a friend. Let them
yes,
enjoy this as much as you're enjoying it.
that's right. We're 50 weeks into this. I mean, we got a long way to go, and we're only on the second and a short time to get there. Hey, invite your friends. Tell them all about. Hey, would you like to know something about the ancients? We have got a YouTube channel for you. It's called Gods and King. No, wait, Kings and Generals. That's the one we watch, isn't it? That's a good one. And I know whenever I do my research that somewhere Michael Duncan, who does the History of Rome podcast, which is amazing, by the way, we've mentioned it before. If you haven't heard it, go download it on your favorite podcast application, and you will learn all of the wonderful detail about many of these characters that we spoke of tonight. But I know he does such amazing research that somewhere he's just getting a shiver because of the short shrift that I'm doing for this research. But I look forward to hearing your story next week. Where are we going, Professor?
Um, it looks like Brutium?
Oh,
Brutium?
Brutium.
Brutium.
Yes, Brutium.
Brutium.
Right. I
So
think this
it looks like a corker.
it will
There's a
be.
ditch.
Ooh, a ditch. That's cool.
A ditch.
A big old ditch. Yeah, this will be, I think, the first time we actually see Crassus come out and play, right? Somewhere in there. I think we've got 3 or 4 more from the Third Servile War. But I'm looking forward to it no matter what. And then we'll move on to the invasion of Britain and some of the stuff with Caesar. But, well, thanks for the games tonight.
And thanks for 50 weeks of games, Patrick.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be on this journey with you, sir. So come on back next time, and we will see you here next week. Take care.
Good night.